What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Veve Investments. I appreciate you tuning in. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing 10 of the most valuable comics on the Veve platform in light of today's drop, which is going to be Journey into Mystery number 83, first appearance of Thor. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see in a future episode. And without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alrighty, so to get things started off here, coming in at number 10 is going to be Strange Tales number 110. So, the comic value, according to Go Collect, is currently at $74,000. That's for a 9.2 grade. It's the first appearance of Doctor Strange. It was released back in 1963, and the last one sold on June 20th of this year. Now, I am only going to be talking about common cover variants in this video, so if you guys are interested in picking up this one, you can grab it for 11 gems in the secondary market. Coming in at number 9, we're going to have Daredevil number 1. So, for those who don't know, this is going to be the first appearance of Daredevil, hence the title. It's going to have a current comic value of $92,000, and that's for a 9.6 grade, according to Go Collect. It was released back in 1964, and the last one was sold actually last month, November 11th of this year. I got a couple of these myself, and if you guys are interested in picking up some of these as well, you can pick up the common cover variant for 19 gems in the secondary market. Next up at number 8, we have Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos number 1. So comic value at $120,000. That's right, 6 figures. Again, from Go Collect. This is going to be the first appearance of Sergeant Nick Fury. It was released back in 1963, and the last one sold on March 18th of this year. Now, this is actually a comic that I've seen consistently talked about in the community as being very undervalued, and considering the value of its physical counterpart at $120,000, and that's for a 9.6 grade, by the way. Forgot to put that up there. But the digital version of it on Veve is going for only 5.5 gems in the secondary market. So if you guys are interested in grabbing a few of these, very cheap right now. Next up at number 7, we're going to have Fantastic Four number 5. So the current value of this comic, a 9.2 grade coming from Go Collect, is $180,000. It's the first appearance of Dr. Doom, for those who don't know. Released back in 1962. And the last one sold actually a few months back, September 12th of this year. Now, of course, the value will go up as we go through this list, so these comics are likely going to become more and more desirable to most people watching this video. And with that being said, if you're interested in picking this one up, you can pick it up for 23 gems in the secondary market. Coming in at number 6, we're going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man number 3. So the comic has a current value of $190,000. That's for a 9.6 grade, again, coming from Go Collect. It's the first appearance of Dr. Octopus, who we actually, somewhat recently had drop on the app. It was released back in 1963, last sold on September 12th of last year, 2021. And I know I just said we're going up in value as we go through this list, and that is true. But if you guys are interested in picking this one up, it's actually going to be cheaper than the last one, coming in at only 10 gems in the secondary market. Next up, we're talking about Journey into Mystery number 83. That's going to be the comic that actually drops today. It has a current value of $300,000 by Go Collect. That's for a 9.2 grade. It's actually the first appearance of Thor, for those who don't know. And the last one sold on November 21st, a few years back now, 2019. If you guys are interested in picking this one up, I can't really tell you the value of this one in the secondary market because it hasn't dropped yet, but it is going to be dropping today on the Veve app for 20 gems. At the time of posting this video, it will have already dropped, but my best guess is that it will be over retail. It will be more than 20 gems. Next up at number 4, we have Amazing Spiderman number 1. So the comic value for this piece is going to be $550,000, $500,000. That's for a 9.6 grade. There are higher grades, but it didn't post the value for them. This comic is going to be the first appearance of Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four, and from my understanding, this is the first comic for Spider-Man to have his own series. So it was released back in 1963, and the last one actually sold just over a month ago on November 22nd of this year. Now, we talked about Amazing Spider-Man number 3 being at 10 gems in the secondary market. If you guys want to pick up Amazing Spider-Man number 1, you can grab this one for 24 gems. And we're down to the top 3. So coming in third place, we have Fantastic Four number 1. So the comic value for this piece is currently at $1.45 million. Again, guys, coming from Go Collect. That's going to be for a 9.2 grade. Again, I forgot to put it up there. My apologies. This comic represents the first appearance of the Fantastic Four, was released back in 1963. This seems to be a major year for comics. And the last one sold on April 11th of 2022. Now, Fantastic Four #1 is actually going to be one of the first 3 comics that ever dropped on Veve. So this piece does actually have more editions than most. It has 60,000. But despite that, you can pick it up for 34 gems in the secondary market. Coming in second place, we have Marvel Comics #1. So this kind of, the order of 1 and 2 kind of confuses me a little bit here, just because what you guys are looking at on screen is going to be the first Marvel comic that was ever released. This is the one that started it all back in 1939. It has a current value of $2.4 million. It's the first appearance of the Human Torch, and the last one sold on March 17th, 2022. Now, just like Fantastic Four #1 being one of the first 3 that dropped on the app, Marvel Comics #1 is also going to be one of the first 3. In fact, it's the first comic to drop on Veve. 60,000 editions as well, and if you guys are interested in picking this one up, I definitely recommend it. I have a few in my collection. You can pick it up for 51 gems in the secondary. And coming in at first place, Amazing Fantasy #15. So the current value of this comic, guys, is at $2.8 million. That's for a 9.6 grade, again, coming from Go Collect. It's the first appearance of Spider-Man in Marvel Comics. Now, the reason why this confuses me a little bit is this was released a little over 20 years after the first comic was ever released by Marvel. This was released in 1962. What you're looking at on screen is a prime example of how big Spider-Man actually is as a character, okay? The reason why this comic is so popular and so valuable is because it's the first appearance of Spider-Man. That is why. Now, I've talked about it time and time again about how Spider-Man is the #1 superhero in the world by far, coming in 57 countries as #1. Second place being Wonder Woman, coming in as the most popular in, I think it's 13 or 14 countries. Now, this isn't actually a piece I have on the app right now. It's definitely a comic I'm looking to add to the collection. It's more on the expensive side from what we've discussed in the video so far. So if you guys are looking to add this to the collection like I am, you can grab it for 288 gems in the secondary. And just to round the video off with some honorable mentions, on the left-hand side, guys, we're going to have Avengers #4. This is going to have a comic value of 21,000 for a 9.6 grade. In the middle, we're going to have Amazing Spider-Man #14, first appearance of the Green Goblin. This is going to have a comic value of 35,000. That's for a 9.6 grade. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to have Journey into Mystery #85, first appearance of Loki. And this is going to have a comic value of 46,000 for a 9.2 grade. And there you guys have it. That is going to be the 10 most valuable comics on the Veve platform as of right now. Again, this is not based on my own opinion. This is based off the valuations of their physical counterparts. So coming in at number 10, we have Strange Tales #110, first appearance of Doctor Strange. At number 9, we have Daredevil #1, first appearance of Daredevil. Coming in at number 8, we have Sergeant Fury #1, first appearance of Sergeant Nick Fury. Coming in at number 7, we have Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Doctor Doom. Coming in at number 6, we have Amazing Spider-Man #3, first appearance of Dr. Octopus. Coming in at number 5, we have Journey into Mystery #83, first appearance of Thor. In 4th place, we have Amazing Spider-Man #1, first appearance of Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four. In 3rd place, we have Fantastic Four #1, first appearance of the Fantastic Four. In 2nd place, we have Marvel Comics #1, first ever comic released by Marvel, and first appearance of the Human Torch. And coming in 1st place, we have Amazing Fantasy #15, first appearance of Spider-Man. Now that is going to conclude episode 34 of Veve Investments. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see in future episodes. We do have Journey into Mystery #83 dropping on the platform today. It will have dropped already, so I hope you guys were able to score that. And if not, pick it up in the secondary market. But as for today's episode, that is it. And as for our next one, I'll catch you then.